All right, so my argument on the Abuzah insight thing, I'm gonna be going through some gameplay that I haven't watched yet, but we're gonna watch it live, so you get a live reaction, so you can actually like see that it probably just happens. Didn't plan this shit. No, I'm kidding. But the reason why the Abuza for insight thing, I mean, it sounds good on paper, like to everybody. Abuza's putting out more interactions, more stats, but you have to figure in like the team he's on. Like, I don't think it's any fault of insights on his own. I think even Cold War he's a bit slower, but he was able to shine more because of the personnel on his team. Like Cammy, for example, was like the fast flex, but like even though Cammy was like the so-called green light player, I don't think it's on the Scrappy level where it's like, bro, whatever Scrappy says goes. And like that's not saying Scrappy's dictating anything. Like he's literally like top three best play. Like I would say top two, um, in the game, say in the world, whatever. But for hardpoint in general, Scrap does not do hill time. If Scrap has hill time, it's because it's a contest, whatever, going down, breaking, getting him off the hill, having time where you just break them. Now you're waiting for the next wave of kills, so you're on the hill waiting for more kills. But there is never a time where Scrap's on the hill and he's bumping someone. And he's saying go. Everyone's bumping him. Okay, so we have to take these things into account, and I'm gonna explain a bit on Toronto Ultra Insight. Without even looking, I looked at like 4 or 5 different games. You could look at the stats for Hill Time for Ultra. If Insight's not number one, he's number two in Hill Time. The only person ahead of him ever, Envoy. That is it. He's either number one or he's number two. The instance where he's number two, I'm just assuming Envoy's getting fried, whatever. He's like, I got your hill, bro. You could go. But you will never see Insight out of the top two hill time ever. Like he'll never have the lowest hill time. He'll never have the third lowest hill time. Always number one, number two, mostly number one, sometimes number two to Envoy. Kleenex, Scrap, push everything. They push out the cuts. They do everything. Abuzah, you would say a good amount of time from like the games I looked at, like 8, 9 games. He has the most hill time because it's kind of a main AR thing. Like, like you're on the hill, like you're holding the long angles, your subs, your faster players pushing out. But with the system, I feel with the way Seattle surges is he has more freedom where if he's having a takeoff game, he could go have a takeoff game. You got Brezzy 04, like 04 is not a green light player. Brezzy's not a green light player. Hook, I guess you would say, the only green light player, but Hook does a lot of dirty work as well. But if a boost is popping off, he has 3 other people that will get his hill. Even in games where Insight's popping off, so that's what I'm also gonna show in a sec. Even games where he's popping off, he's still top two for hill time. It doesn't matter how many kills he has, he is top two hill time. So I'm pulling up this for an example of what I'm talking about. So like this NYSL Seattle Surge game from COD Champs, Hardpoint, Map 1. Abuzah has a pop-off series, or I mean, he actually did have a pop-off series, but a pop-off map, lowest hill time. Like, for a main AR, like, that's fucking interesting to see. He has 3 other players that will gladly do, like, the dirty work if they have to. I saw multiple times on this map, I think it's somewhere on my YouTube. A lot of times Abuzah's in red, like on P2, he's in red pushing out the cuts. Like that's completely different from the way Insight played. So I'm going to like actually, I'll probably show that one example and then I'll just like play the examples here. I have a lot of things open. I have a lot of tabs open, but I'm comparing this example to Insight's example. So I just picked games where they both had a pop-off series, or I mean, they both have a pop. For some reason I picked Karachi Hardpoint. For some reason I picked Karachi Hardpoint. Pop-off game from him, 44. Insight pop-off game for him, but he still has 83 seconds in the hill. Like, at least on Surge, there's another flex player who's going to get in the hill if he has to. That's not an option on Ultra. Scrap's not getting hill time like that, and that's not me like saying in a bad way or whatever. Just the type of player he is. Like Abuzah is not playing with that profile of player who has the green light to do whatever he wants. Like you're picking up what he's not doing type stuff. Obviously, in like a team game, everyone has to do that, even scrap at times. But what I'm saying is the reason why the stats like reflect more in favor of Abuzah, people saying Abuzah for insight, they're just on different teams with different players, profile players. If Abuzah goes onto his team with Ultra, if Abuzah goes onto his team with Ultra and he's with Scrap, he's not gonna be like, Scrap, get on my hills. Scrap's gonna be like, who the fuck are you? You know? Like, is that like Insight's the selfless player on the team? He's on the hill time. He has Envoy, Kleenex, Scrap shooting in front of him. Abuzah has Brezzy, 04, and Hook, which is not on the same level as Kleenex, Scrap, Envoy. So, I mean, people have to take that into account when they're saying, oh, yeah, like that Abuzah pack. Like, how is it really going to be? You might get a faster player in general, but, like, you could get a faster player, but is like the hill time being kept. That means an SMG is gonna be getting hill time if like Abuzah and Scrap are off doing their thing. I mean, that's honestly basically what Envoy's for. But I feel like the dynamic Ultra had is like Insight is like the guy who rotates, the guy who gets spawns. I mean, and everyone else kind of does their thing. Envoy's there to help him with like hill time if need be, if Insight has to go do something. But Kleenex and Scrap are off doing their thing on the map, and like they get hill time when they need to, but most of their hill time I'm pretty sure is accumulated from contesting and like just when there's like a mixy hill going down, you need people in the hill and you're just waiting for kills to come. But Kleenex and Scrap are not the players that are on the hill saying, oh yeah, Insight, like just go. No, like they're bumping you, bro. Like completely different dynamic from the Seattle Surge. For some reason I kind of feel like we should watch both their hard points against NYSL, because it's one thing watching a bad team where you're dominating more. Let's see how both Insight and Abuzah played against NYSL, like the last times they played them on Karachi specifically. So for some reason I'm pinpointing Karachi because it's more of like a rotation map. I mean, granted every map is, but just pay attention to Insight on this map and Abuzah on this map, because Abuzah had 44 seconds of hill time when they played subliners. Like as you can see, Insight's the guy on the hill soaking the hill. Everyone else is going out to go do their thing. He's the hill soaker. But granted, on this map you mostly see the main AR in P1 like most of the time, while everyone else is pushing out. It's just like certain roles, and Abuzah does play his role, but the point I'm trying to make is he has more leniency because of the players he has on his team. If he plays with Scrap, is he going to have that same freedom to like do whatever he wants and like, hey Scrap, yo, get my hill, bro, I got you. Like with Insight, it's not even a question. Insight bumps everybody. Like he gets on the hill, everyone else could go out. But like on Surge, Abuzah could like be like, no, like you get my hill, bro, I'm fucking going out. You know, like very more likely. So, I mean, like, we're just watching Inside. Someone has 33 seconds of hill time. So he's just, like, soaking this time. And, like, example like this where other people are picking up your slack in terms of like when Insight's on that hill, his team has to obviously rotate, but like when he's there, like he's the guy. Like if Ultra, I'm not sure if they even get like a wave of kills off this, but like if they do, it's everyone else that's going to push up, and Insight's going to be the one on the hill. You'll see that majority of the time. Like this is like another example. Like he defaults to the hill, everyone else could go do their thing. It's his job to get the hill time all the time. And we're going to watch this one, and we're going to watch the Surge one back to back. So it's a lot of hard point to watch, but yeah, have to make the point. Yeah, so once again, like the point isn't that the point is more that yeah, they both play the main AR role, but with the personnel on their team, Insight just has like Insight can't go. I mean, he can be faster. There's always room to be faster. I mean, like we watch like the fellow beans thing where it's like, okay, bro, you can interact more. And I see insights sometimes on the map, like, okay, you could be doing a bit more. Like, yeah, you're getting the hill time, but there's a lot more interactions in between that can be had. And, you know, like right here, he's the guy on the hill. Everyone else gets to push out. Scrap, Kleenex are the guys pushing out. It's not the opposite way around. And it is like that on Sturd sometimes, but Abuzah just has more freedom if the game requires it. Even if Inside has pop-off games, he's never out of the top 2 of hill time. Which, if you're getting hill time and your team's pushing out, I mean, like, they just have more engagements than you naturally. It's really just the way it is. But, like, every main AR honestly plays, like, pretty much, like, the exact same. But some are just faster than others. Like there's Abuzah and there's Ghosty, where it's like they can, like, if they're having like a crazy game, like they could go off not getting the whole time. They got people that will get on the hill for them. That's why it's a different scenario. Like if you throw like Ghosty on LA Thieves is the shining star of the team. He's a main AR because it's not like Joe or Cramp or Nasty are like superstars where it's like, no, you're the main AR, get on the hill, we're pushing out, you know? Like, if you're a superstar main AR on a team with average players, then, I mean, it is a lot easier for you to shine. Like, right now, Inside's on the hill. He's at a minute 36. He's the guy on the hill. Everyone else is pushing out. It is his job. And, like, you could see, like, 6 and 8, but, I mean, you even see 9 and 9 from Skies, but he doesn't have the whole time. But, I mean, like, that's kind of been a dynamic throughout the year where it's, like, a slow main AR who's on the hill, and then there's a SMG or a Flex who's, like, his, like, scrapped or his hill time or OBJ buddy, and then the other two kind of have more, leniency. But I mean, even for NYSL, I mean, it was all 3 of them doing the dirty work, and Hydra just does whatever he wants. Because there's a lot of games where Sib was frying, but like he had like fucking 2 minutes in the hill. So I mean, sometimes you see that and you're like, it is possible, you know, it actually is possible. But like that's why it's important to actually like watch the map when like watch the map before like you look at the scoreboard. Like all of them have 10 deaths, but the reason why they have more kills than him because he's holding the hill, they get a push out, go get kills. And if you're sitting on the hill and your teammates are getting all the kills in front of you, there's no engagements coming towards you. Like, you know, you have to take that stuff into account. And I feel in Cold War, Inside's gonna be pretty good. I mean, the movement in it, I'm thinking, I mean, I'm actually I'm gonna put in another video, but I'm thinking with the way the movement is from like the videos I've been watching, it's probably gonna be like a scrap, or I mean, it's gonna be a Shotzi Hydra. Who was the last guy? Shotzi Hydra and Simp game. I feel, even though, yeah, but yeah, but we're just paying attention to number 6, so watching, or I mean, we're watching number 3. Fuck, my bad. Holy shit, I'm fucking cooked. So like, these are the exceptions, like main ARs getting hill time, because I just watched the game with Surge where Abuzah's in the exact same position, and so I kind of feel it's a thing a lot of teams are doing where they have the main AR play this long angle, and then another person just gets on the hill. Damn, he got mapped, bro. He got mapped. Yeah, but you're kind of getting the point. But there are times where his interactions, like, can be higher. There are times. Like, there are a lot of times, but, like, the point I'm trying to make is just the teams just the teams that they're on. You know, with the people that they're playing with, like, just required to play a certain way. Like I'm sure if Insight goes into like an LA Thieves, he's gonna be able to shine more. Cause he can be like, nah, fuck nasty, bro. Like you get my hill, bro. I'm pushing out. Like you know. Any many R that joins Ultra is going to have to like fucking bump Scraps. Scraps not on the hill. You know, unless he has to be. If it's like one of those dire last second things, but I mean, like even in a scenario like this, like he is holding the P5 spawns already. Like he's kind of going for P5. Everyone else is fighting. Like you'll see this a lot when like you watch Ultra play. There's like a clip from a game. I'm pretty sure it's like the other game I was watching of Karachi. I actually might pull it up, but Insight rotated to P2 at like 35 seconds, and for 35 seconds he just held P2. It was in the game against fucking Surge. That's what it was. I'm actually going to show that example right after this game. And then after, we're going to see how Abuzah played this exact map against the exact same team. And I think the things that like really hurt Insight's engagements is that things that really hurt his engagements compared to the rest of his team is like in situations like that where he's the guy that has to go rotate, his team's still going on the hill, old hill, fucking fighting, they're putting bit distractions. So all these things happen all the time. Like him rotating early happens a lot, or him on hill time and his team pushing out. There's just going to be less kills on the map. There's only so many kills on the map. So, I mean, with all this being said, do you think Abuzah is going to be an upgrade, or do you think if Abuzah's on this exact same team with this exact same personnel, he's going to have to play a bit slower? Like, obviously, Maniars can only have so much interactions because they are the people getting on the hill, because ideally everyone else should be faster, but like, look, right now, like, everyone's in war right now. He's holding fucking bridge spawns. Like, he's like, this is clearly what the team wanted him to do, you know? But I don't know why he's even over there. Like, I mean, with like 20 seconds left, brother, like, you should just be going. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on there. He gotta go. He's thinking somebody, for some reason, NYSL is going to hop fucking top down to the hill. I mean, if they do, I mean, that's fuck good on them. But yeah, that whole P1, he actually did like nothing. Like, he actually did nothing. Like, he only got the one kill, and that was it, bro. And now we're gonna see how Abuzah plays map. We're gonna see if Abuzah's holding the spawns like he is. Like, these are the only like true interactions that like he gets into, is whenever it comes like to breaking a hill. But most of the time he's rotating early, or he's on the hill and his team's pushing out. These are like the true engagements that he has, is when it comes to breaking hills. All right, so we saw how Insight played against Cloud9. Let's see how Abuzah plays. So Abuzah's number 7, so we're mostly watching number 7. This is honestly actually a good map too. Okay, wait, so I actually just want to show an example, first of all. So granted it's at a different point in the game, but I want you to see how Insight's already rotating to P2. Granted it's a completely different point in the game, and we'll see how Abuzah actually does it when it gets to later in the game, if he actually does do it. So this is the game that Seattle Surge played against Ultra, and I was going to use this as an example, but I mean, Abuzah literally had most of the hill time. I mean, granted, I mean, they're just smoking them, but take a look how number 7 at like 33 seconds insight, 33 seconds onto P1, he's already rotating to P2, and he doesn't do a thing but just hold spawns for 35 seconds. I love the rotation early, but I mean, when you're down this much and you're just allowing him to get all that time, I mean, kind of a risky play, but look, he just chilled there, held spawns the whole time. Alright, so now we're back to watching number 7. Number 7 on the map. There are like scenarios like that where I feel like Insight would be able to like get away with it if he's like not already on the hill and he has to like just like go like and he has to, and he's like whatever. I'm having a hard time explaining it. Or I mean, I just can't talk right now. I'm curious if Insight spawned there, would he be going through red or would he default to the hill so someone else could push out? I'm pretty sure that would be another scenario where like he would probably be able to get more interactions, but yeah, like you'll never see a hardpoint game where after 2 full hills, Insight does not have any time. You know, you'll never see that shit. If he's not on the hill, he's rotating. Like, those are Insight's 2 things. If he's not in the hill, he's rotating or he's getting spawns. Like, those are the 3 things he does in hardpoint. Those are the 3 things that he does. And you want to know what Abuzah's doing? He's getting fucking kills. That's what he's doing. I actually forgot Hydra like fried this game. Hold on, I have like some bootleg quality, and actually no, I'm good. This guy's only touched hill for 1 second. Why does the video look so blurry? What the fuck? The video looks kind of blurry. Oh yeah, it was the actual like stream. That's why. So number 7 going around the back. I don't know why he's going around the back. I'm not sure he's trying to give his team this one. I mean, but they're able to push out. That's crazy how it flips like that. Like, number 1 and number 2 are there, but I think because number 5 is there, he's literally insane. So this is like rare fucking Abuzah time in this game, but majority of the time, like honestly, like Abuzah actually does have like majority of the hill time, but there are like a lot of games where he has the freedom. A lot of games he has the a lot of games he has the freedom that Insight does not have. like even right now, like. You'll never see an instance with Toronto Ultra where on a P5 Karachi, I want someone to go back and see if they could actually find a scenario where like Ultra had spawns for P5 and Insight was not in the hill. I need to like if you could go find it, I'm sure maybe you could go find maybe I'm not doing that, but I challenge anyone. I'm holding my ground on this. I guarantee if you find a P5 where Ultra spawns for, Insight's going to be in the hill. And this is where Seattle Surge is more team oriented, that other people could like do that like dirty work hill time job, you know? Like Abuzah's all the way over at fucking Satellite while fucking P5's popped. It's actually so weird because it looks honestly like when you watch this game that, or this map, that Abuzah is actually playing like a flex. Like it looks like he's playing like a flex in this game. I don't think he's rotated at first like to one hill. He's kind of just like getting kills. But this is just like one example. Like there's a lot of other Karachis where like Abuzah, there's a lot of other hard points. Like I saw Rio when I was going through the stats where Abuzah had like 140 seconds in the hill, like, you know, #1. So I mean, yeah. So just repeating myself one more time. Majority of the time, like I'm pretty sure if you put everyone up against everyone, like Abuzah does have #1 hill time more than anyone else on his team, but he does have the green light where like if he's fucking feeling it, anyone else could hop up the hill. Jamie does not have that green light. And it's not because he's bad, it's literally just because of the personnel on his team. It's literally because of the personnel on his team. Yeah, that was a crazy pistol kill. I remember that. I was still not even trying to break this shit. And I mean, if Insight was in that same scenario, I mean, Insight would like have to do that exact same thing. So like, it's not that like main ARs are always the fault on the hill. It's just that if they're there, they're most likely the ones holding it. But like, if they do spawn out or anything like that, I mean, obviously there's more freedom, but there is a lot of room for Insight to get more engagements. I'll agree, but in terms of like the upgrade being an upgrade, I'm not sure. Look, bro, he's like literally not touching the hill. He's got other player. I mean, granted, I mean, if teammates are near the hill, I mean, like they're going to be on it. And we have seen P3s where Insight's off in mid while his team's on the hill, but he's actually like not getting any hill time, bro. I love how everyone's adopted the How did Seattle Surge troll this one, bro? How did they troll this one? I'm pretty sure I probably already covered this shit. I'm pretty sure I covered this, like how they throw. You're on fucking 212 to 135, bro. They should not be coming back.
Okay, Seattle, they are cooking. Nice couple of kills here from the subliners. You're gonna need this late resurgence here in map 1.
Like two's going, like can't let him get 2 seconds of scrap time. How did fuck Surge lose this one?
These two having an absolute battle, but tip it to Abuzah, man. This is a rookie. First time at champs on a main stage like this. No sweat on his brow. They are frying, but now they gotta break through the Junkyard Hill. Junkyard once again cleans 3 in the feed for the subliners. Who's the last man? Buys a bit of time with a nade. Here come the rest. And keep in mind, they made the investment with the cruise missile on a P3 where they did get the break, but you don't have it for a hill like this. Make makes it that much more difficult. Luke missed out on his fifth as well. Through the front. Oh! It's a trade. Hydra from upstairs. Toe-to-toe with Hook. Brings him down. Doesn't pick up on the next man, but this has been a great junkyard once again for New York.
Yeah, but Abuzah doesn't even touch the hill, bro. Abuzah doesn't even touch the hill. Yeah, so I don't think we need to see this because, like, they're in the middle of breaking. Like, most of the time, like, the main ARs are the ones holding P1.
Of our major four champions in the bag. You get to chalk up this.
Yeah, they just chained him, I forgot. Yeah, so that's just how the game ends, I guess. But as you can see, the point I was trying to make is that, I mean, and then when it's like close at the end, you know, like that's when everyone starts fucking going on the hill first, you know. But you could see the way that both Abuzah and Insight were both playing Karachi against NYSL. One main AR had the task of rotating, holding hills while his teammates pushed out. And like the other one kind of, I mean, and also something you have to take into account with this as well is, I mean, I heard Parasite say it, and it is the honest truth. Like, everyone should know this. Like, Ultra is a top 2 team all year long. The one time, the only thing they've really truly struggled in, by the numbers even, like they're pretty consistent at respawn, where they could take half a respawn or take all the respawns depending on the team they're playing. It's always come down to their S&D. The S&D has been their Achilles heel. Like, is it really an upgrade from Abuzah? Like, you're second in hardpoint to, I mean, one team by like 0.03% or 0.3%, whatever you want to say. Like, you're basically the number one you're literally the number one hardpoint win percentage the whole year until like late year. But I mean, you're straight up number 2 in the league. So I mean, is having Abuzah going to be an upgrade to that? Like, they've been good. Like, they've won 70% of their hard points. Like, that's a big majority of hard points. They have the second highest hardpoint KD. I mean, they're up there for hardpoint score as well. It just come down to their S&D. Even their S&D win percent is 58. But I mean, compared to the other teams, team not found. Who the fuck is that? Is that Optic? No, it's not. It can't be Optic. Team not found, I guess. I don't know who fucking team not found is. I mean, if I actually look, I don't want to look. But yeah, even at 50%, but that's like pretty bad for like a top 4 team against everybody else in the league. But I mean, S&D is the one game mode where they've struggled. Yeah, they're not really that convincing in S&D. I mean, a majority of their S&D wins are like against like the bottom teams, and the S&D games that they did win against top 4 teams were, I believe, against only FaZe. They may be an Optic and like some S&Ds, but that's just also stuff you have to take into account as well. And S&D KD, where are they for S&D KD? I mean, they're 7th in the league for S&D KD. But it all comes down to S&D. Like, you even look at Control. Like, they're up there, top 2 in Control, you know. Like, their respawns are good. It's only been their S&D. Like, the reason why FaZe, number 1 team in the league, top 2 every fucking category. Top 2 every category. S&D, Control, Hardpoint. And then you look at Ultra. The respawns are majority of the time good. It's just their S&D. If their S&D was better, I don't think people would be making the same argument, because they probably make it further at a lot of tourneys. But these are all things you have to take into account, as opposed to just saying Abuzah is frying. Same thing with Ghosty, I'll even say. I mean, Ghosty does have main AR stats for the most part. I mean, I guess we can even actually look at that too. Let's actually look at this. I could actually filter this shit. So, where's Insight compared to everyone else? So, Insight's 20th. I think Ghosty's above him. I mean, they're right there. It just says his Slayer rating is higher. Yeah, I guess you would say that. And his Slayer rating is higher because he has more of a green light, where if he's having like a pop-up game to do whatever. But, I mean, if you look at all the other main ARs, Skies is no better. Abuzah right down there has a higher Slayer rating by 5. I think everyone has a higher Slayer rating than Insight. I think that's the problem. But I feel like it's the personnel. Like on the other Ultra team, he's able to shine more because there was no scrap on that team. There was no like, okay, like this player is not staying in the hill. Like someone else got to get his time. He's pushing out. He hasn't had that yet, and this is like the time he's had it in MW2 and MW3. Whoops. And yeah. And even if you look at like the number one main AR in the league, his Slayer rating is not that much higher. He just has a higher KD, but I mean, there is room for improvement on inside. There's not me saying there's no room for improvement, but even if you look at the roles that they had, I mean, not that much different. Not that much different. And a hard point kill per 10 minutes. Like, let's look at this 2099 to 2227. So it's like a bit better, but it's not anything like crazy. Even Cell's 20.83 because Cell has draws a simp Abuzah. Like, only so many kills on the map. Somebody has to get in the hill, you know? So, all things you got to take into account. So like let's compare let's compare their stats. So Slayer rating, we already saw that. Respawn KD 1.02. Not really about the KD, it's more about like the engagements, I guess. Damage per 10 minutes 40. I guess we could pull up his too. I mean 22 the damage per 10 minutes 4200 to 4000, so not really that much of a difference, just 200 more damage per 10 minutes. OBJ per 10 minutes 86. Abuzah's 86. So I mean shit. You know, OBJ like he's a better OBJ and he's putting in a bit more time, but I would say that comes down to the personnel in the team, I would honestly say. But I mean, in order to find that, we got to look at and I think even a reason why I'm not looking too much at like the OBJ per 10 minutes when it comes to looking at the whole team is you also have to take into account the win losses of both teams in hardpoint. It would make sense they have more of an OBJ time because they're a top 2 hardpoint team in the game, opposed to a team who loses a majority of their hardpoints. I mean, like they got better, but I mean, if we're looking at the hardpoint stats, 7 and 8, 1 and 4. I mean, it's literally showing everything for the whole year. 8 and 10, 5 and 6, 1 and 6, 1 and 7, 3 and 2, 9 and 1 on Vista. Interesting. But then you look at these ones: 8 and 4, 5 and 1, 6 and 5, 19 and 4, 11 and 4. A 9 and 1 on Vista is pretty impressive. Can't even lie.